My internet's been out all afternoon, so I realize that I haven't uploaded anything all week. Granted, it's only Tuesday. But just give me a chance to collect my thoughts on the difference in quality that we've been getting from Marvel compared to what we kind of used to get. And you're going to see why I have to drink something like that to have this discussion. So what I got here is some of the oldest things kicking around in my long boxes. Don't complain if you about quality. They are in roughly exactly the same condition I got them in. Yes, this one's been stapled together. That's how well loved these comic books were. Let's break into Daniel Boone. Over here. June 1952. So you had kind of a defined as aesthetic for a lot of these old books. Let's open a few of them up. That Cheyenne, still 10 cents. Comes from 1960, I believe. Yep. Oh, you can draw me. You can win an art scholarship. Ryan North? Just saying. Nope, sorry, that's Hendricks. Whoever draws that shit-ass book could have used this, right? But a lot of these, they're all kind of the samey. A lot of the older stuff, Kid Colt, Cheyenne. Sergeant Rock that's from 75, kind of starts to spread out a little bit. But there was, you just expected comics to look this way. Or mainstream comics. I actually found a couple of my issues of Fabulous Furry Freak Brothers. They look nothing like this. Of course, they were never ever supposed to. But each one of these, this dude either had to work from a photograph or someone holding something, firearm. Not exactly sure how correct that is. Where are we? This would be, according to the comic, it'd be 1750. Again, I'm also not sure how accurate their depictions of the natives were at that time. I honestly don't. But these are all, what are they? Sioux? No, there's something else. Anyway, yeah, it's everything up here is Cree and Dene. So all different cultures look different, so I can't tell you whether this looks accurate or not. But each one of these, right, so there's, right, the proportions are there. We're all done in, 4 colors. When you need to, you change the backgrounds and stuff. All of these would have worked from pictures of people running across the road or whatever. That I'm not sure that would work. I'd have to ask someone who rides horses. But you can see, right? There's, that page ain't good. You can see there's it's like a standard quality there. Now, whether or not, it was a good standard quality is subjective. But for the most part, it's consistent. Which, just in the back page off of that. And, you were getting. The cover told you, for the most part, what the inside was going to look like. Right, so we compare this fight here with guy on the cover, Sergeant Rock. It's way more stylized, it's much more messy. Works for a war comic. That's a beautiful Panzer IV sound effects, right? This one, you can get away with being kind of grummy and gringy in this. It's a war comic, right? Then you get into what Marvel's putting out now, and a few other books too. I read the first couple issues of, I keep wanting to say Mr. Miracle? Yeah, it works for what it is. It's very simple, right? I've got other books that are very simple. But when you consider this would have been a $4 comic. $5.70 something Canadian, depending on when it was printed and what the exchange rate was. I think we dropped down to about 72 and they turned into like $6 books, right? So Sergeant Rock's 25 cents. Not a lot of big difference there, you know. Cheyenne, still 10 cents. And that's not very long ago, right? Like, it's not a lot of... The difference between these books, 52 to 75, you've got 23 years. The price went up 15 cents. You know, don't need the glossy paper. Stuff like production like this is why Alterna Comics is coming back. They do all their stuff on newsprint, and the stuff I was buying in the early 80s was all on newsprint, right? No colors. I was fine with that. That's what a comic to me looked like. Nowadays, I want you to look at this page. Get a good look at this page, right? I want you to take a good look at this page. And it's MS Paint coloring. I want you to look at, let's find a nice colorful page here. There. Look at that. This would have been done, you know. If you look close enough, you can see some of the dots for the shading. Granted, it's not super duper color because it's what you can get away with. This age of digital publishing. That is the age of digital publishing. This is what digital publishing can do when it's used properly. This is a beautiful page. I critique, I had a few nitpicks about it. Dude has a weird time drawing eyes at certain angles, but that's what digital publishing can do. And when you do it, it's beautiful. When you don't do it, it's fucking webcomic art. Right? So you know what you got? What, 1, 2, that's a shade of that, so that's 2 colors. 3, those are the same shades. That's the same as that. This is all one color. It's slightly darker, but dick all going on there. Digital publishing. Newsprint. Again, this is, go back, if you're a nihilistic, hopeless case like myself, this doesn't happen when you get run over by a subway. It just doesn't. Go to Live Leak, check for yourself. This is $5.50 comic in Canada. Quarter. Granted, I know that they have a lot more things to pay for. Right? All of this software is not free. People, things cost more. But the anatomy is inconsistent. The shading, like this is, okay, again, MS Paint. We have a gradient from here to here. That's slightly different color. That's the gradient. We have a purple, the same purple, slight difference on the face. Zoom in here to where, there we are. Very slight differences on the face. Computer gradient on the coat. $6 comic. I really have to wonder why these things cost so much. Now granted, Diamond didn't exist back in these days. I don't know what the distribution system was like for you to get your copy of the Cheyenne Kid, or Kid Colt, or any of these, to get these on your shelf. I know it wasn't like Diamond. Whoever was shipping this wasn't eating half the money in it. But compare that. Just compare all of that. Right, we have this, we can tell what's going on. He poses a little stiff. You can tell everything that's going on in this panel. To this goddamn mess of one colors, maybe a gradient, MS Paint garbage. Stuff like this makes me kind of mad, right? Like, I started buying Marvel comics at first X-Men cost me $1.25, and I were getting kind of PO'd when they went up to $1.75. Mostly because I think our dollar dropped to 69 cents US. It's a bad time. If you ever want to know what it's like, if you ever want to know what it's like for a dollar to cost, for your dollar to be worth 77 cents, be Canadian, buy something at American prices. But like, yes, this beautiful thing, that's a $4 book, US. That's not. That's webcomic art. I know Marvel's having trouble with the way they price things. I know Marvel isn't making as much money as they used to. They're not making, not selling 100,000 issues a pop for most of their titles. Like Punisher raked in 20-something. This particular issue dropped below 10,000. Did okay digitally. This one went back up purely, absolutely purely, because Jim Davis did a part of it, and then that's it. That's the only reason that went up. You'll be back to below My Little Pony here in no time. But I can't help but wonder if maybe, like, if they're just gonna do the MS Paint stuff, get rid of the glossy pages, go back to newsprint, go back to 4 colors, knock $1.50 off the price. I wouldn't pay $5 for this. You couldn't pay me $5 to pay $5 for this. And that's gonna hurt Marvel. Unless they start doing stories that merit $5 a page. We'll see. This has been another episode of the Great Canadian Neckbeard. Anything you'd like me to talk about? Anything at all? Just let me know. And I will get drunk and ramble about it. And I will see you later.